Hi! This is part 2 of the Huion review. Alrighty, so let's crack on. So where I left you last time was I hadn't set the thing up because I didn't have the right lead to attach it to my old computer. Turns out my old computer is in fact too old to be compatible with this tablet. Not because it's a super old computer or there's anything wrong with the tablet, it's not the tablet's fault in any way, shape or form. It's because my old computer is an all-in-one, has no HDMI port, and the USBs are 2.0s, and all the HDMI to USB convert, so I couldn't use it on my desktop. But I thankfully was able to wire it up to my laptop, so let's go on with the review. So this was my setup. It's kind of random and depersonalized because I'm at home at the moment for Christmas, and this is just my parents' dining room table that I'm stealing / borrowing while I was doing this review because I was like, I need to do this. The monitor is really, really nice. It's bigger than my laptop monitor. My laptop monitor it's a bigger laptop, it's 17 inches. The Huion screen is also HD, but it's 19.5 inches, so it's actually bigger, and it's bigger than my desktop one, so it's the biggest monitor I now own. Amazing. The quality I thought was really, really good when I first got it connected. There's a slight sort of desaturation in colours. I don't know if you can see the difference between the two monitors. It seems to be that the blues get affected, and somewhat the reds, but not the greens, so I don't fully know what's going on there. In terms of setup, it was really easy. You put the disc in, you load the drivers, and that's it. The only thing you do have to remember to do is if you have had a tablet before with drivers, which pretty much every tablet these days comes with drivers, then you need to uninstall the previous drivers because they will not compute and they don't like each other, and then neither will work. So you need to uninstall them. I previously have a Wacom Intuos Pro, a medium-sized one, and I've been using that for the best part of 3 years now, and it's really done me well, and I was really scared about uninstalling the drivers, so I was like, if I don't like it, I'm gonna have to reinstall these drivers. But you know what? I don't think I'm going back to the Wacom. I think I'm staying with this Huion. In fact, I know I'm staying with this Huion. You cannot tear me away from this now. So I put together a list of pros and cons, and just to make it nice and fair, we're going to go pro, con, pro, con, pro, con, so we don't just get loads of cons and loads of pros at once. So the first major pro, I think, of this tablet is the price, and it's probably the thing that's going to encourage a lot of people to come to this product over something like a Wacom Cintiq, which is the direct competitor to this one. So a Wacom Cintiq, the closest equivalent size is a 22-inch HD, and this one, the Huion, is 19.5. It's about the closest you can get. For the Cintiq, the cost of that in dollars is $1,700, and in pounds that's £1,270, which is a hell of a lot of money. There is no way in hell a lot of us can afford that. Whereas this 19.5-inch Huion is only, at the time of me purchasing it, was only £400. All things considered, that is an enormous reduction in price. The price doesn't mean it's a bad product. It's just less well known, I think, than, say, Wacom's products are. Price doesn't reflect its quality. It really is worth the same as the Cintiq, but it is priced less, which is just incredible. So the first negative is a bit of a weird one. The tablet comes with a screen protector which acts as like an anti-glare thing, and it does work as an anti-glare. You don't get any shine or any reflectiveness come back at you, and you can see the screen near on every angle. But I noticed that if you rub it with your hand, even if you're wearing the special glove that comes with it, it leaves this kind of like rainbowy film thing that's sort of underneath the screen protector, and once it appears you can't really wipe it and get rid of it. It doesn't affect the function of the tablet whatsoever, it just looks a bit scruffy, and after you've been drawing for quite a long time, quite a lot of this rainbowy film can appear, especially if you're like me and you lean like hell with your hand. Again, this is not really a problem, and it's really easily fixed by just picking up the edge of the screen protector, lifting it up just by 2 corners, lifting it up to get to the point where the rainbowiness disappears, and then lying it back down again, and it does disappear. I don't know why that happens. I don't know if it's because the screen protector doesn't sit quite flush to the screen, it's not sort of bonded to the screen in any way apart from the sort of sticky in 4 corners, but it never slipped or anything like that, and I never found any bumps or bobbles or anything like that. So the next massive praise I have for this, so the next massive positive, is the pen pressure. So my Wacom Intuos Pro, I thought I'd found the mecca of pen pressures in terms of tablets because I was able to get quite a good pen pressure. I did not know what was good until I tried this Huion. It is unbelievable the sensitivity you can get on this tablet. You can go from teeny tiny to massive in a brush, and it responds amazingly well to your touch. It's also really customizable, so you can change the settings based on how hard you normally press. So I tend to press quite hard, so I have my pressure set up quite high, and I found that really easy to set up. It's all relatively idiot-proof in the driver. The driver is really user-friendly, so you can set it up really easily, and it has a little practice pad in the driver, so you can test the sensitivity while you're in the driver without having to go back and forward to your drawing program. Huion boasts, I think it's over 8,000 levels of pen pressure, whereas a Cintiq only boasts about 3,000. So there, Huion is actually beating Cintiq by quite a significant margin. So the next negative, I noticed, this might be just me, because like I say, I press quite hard with my pen. I noticed my pen nib was already wearing down. And I'm surprised because I've only been using this tablet for I think a collective like 12 hours tops, and it's already got a noticeable worn bit on it, and I'm thinking, oh, okay then. It's not really a problem per se, I guess, because you can buy packs of replacement nibs. The actual device itself came with about 20 extra nibs. So the next pro is the pen. Again, I mentioned this when I was doing the unboxing. I was like, wow, this is a really nice pen. It feels really nice. It is really nice to draw with. It's a really good size. It's a really good weight. It responds really well. It's a nice pen. The fact they have to be charged, I was going to put this on the negatives list, but I can't. I really can't, because A, my pens are nowhere near running out, and they have apparently a battery life of 350 hours. They also only take, I think, an hour to charge. So my next positive was the feel of the screen. Again, with the protector, it's got that sort of paper-like feel. I think that's actually how it's described, as paper-like. But it does feel papery because it's got a slight texture to it, and this might be why my pen nib ground down and some other people's pen nibs didn't, because they removed their screen protectors. You can still use the screen without a protector, it's just very, very glassy, and I find that very off-putting. The next negative is, again, purely a nitpick, and it's nothing to do with my tablet model being wrong or anything, but this particular tablet model, I feel like I should mention, has no hotkeys on the sides or anything like that. The next model up, which is the GT-191, does have hotkeys. It is more expensive and it's bigger, but it does have the hotkeys if that is something you really, really like using. I don't know many people who really like using it. The only hotkey I've ever calibrated ever is undo. Because this wasn't an option on this tablet, all I had to do, instead of having left click on the pen, I changed the left click to undo and left the right click above it as right click, because you can always left click by just touching the screen. That turned into a non-issue for me. I really thought I was going to miss them, but I didn't, because like I say, I use one. Last positive is sort of like a collective positive, and that's the calibration and the general feel of the tablet. I was a bit worried that because this tablet was so significantly cheaper than Cintiq, I was going to get it and it was going to feel like really flimsy and the plastic was going to feel really cheap and brittle, but it's really solid. It's got a decent weight to it without it weighing a ton, and all the plastic on it is, you know, lovely quality plastic. The pen itself feels great quality, the screen is amazingly good quality. It was $1,000, even though it isn't $1,000. And my last little random negative thing is the pen doesn't have a tilt option. The calibration is calibrated to the end of the pen rather than the end of the nib. So you get a tiny bit of discrepancy with where the pen is if you're angling it really hard. It would be maybe a nice feature, but it's not something that's going to make or break this tablet for me. So yeah, that was the Huion. I'm overall unbelievably impressed with this product. I feel incredibly lucky to have been given the opportunity to do the sponsored video, because I've always wanted a screen tablet and now I have one. Thank you, Huion. Mwah. If you are considering buying a screen tablet, this is not the sponsor telling me to tell you this, they just told me to do an honest review. This is me telling you honestly, this is an incredibly good option to consider. So in conclusion, would I recommend this product? 100%, possibly 101%. Should you buy it? If you would like to, please consider it. I will leave links in the description to their website, to the Amazon links for the US and the UK, and yeah, please consider checking them out. And thank you so much for watching this video today. Hope you enjoyed the speed paint with a little bit of unknown bloodage and a little bit of TV paintage and all that good stuff. And yeah, hope to see you soon, and Merry Christmas!